Fields grow anew with the spring of life. In this sheath of truth will I wrap myself tight. The landscape it goes for miles. The myths of old, they breathe in me life.
Christian, you're asking about visualizations, and I think that visualizations are very important. That's why I work with the tarot, for number one, because visual images, getting visual images into focus when we want to achieve something is very important, I think. Opening the right brain is crucial, especially in younger children, and working with art, working with visual images, very, very important. It's a natural capacity anyway, we all have it, you see. It's just been turned off by the kind of systems that we are exposed to in school and what have you, And slowly as we age, that kind of thinking gets turned off into more of a left brain kind of cognition. But even though visualization is a natural faculty, it's what we do with it, so we have it naturally, but it's what we want to do with it which is important. What we're actually visualizing is I think the key thing there. But certainly, yeah, I'm a big believer in it. And Mark, you say that you want to know more about the genocide of the ancient Irish, and I will be dealing with that in an upcoming program, The Occult History of Ireland Part 2. We're going to be looking at that question again and introducing some new information that's never been shared with the world before on this subject. So it's like an ongoing, maybe if you've seen Part 1 of The Occult History of Ireland, go over to unslaved.com. We've got the program up there free. Well, there's a second part of that coming. Should be done this year. And sure, yeah, one of the first persecutions ever, one of the first genocides in probably recorded history was the genocide of the Druids. And it's been reduced to a kind of a footnote in most books. It's accepted by scholars, but it's glossed over really. But it was one of the first atrocities that then led to many others. Go into this in Irish Origins of Civilization. If you go over to the website and go to Appendix 1, we got some information on that. And it certainly is a very big, it's important to me to get this information out. Because we do know about the genocides of the famine period. We do know about the subsequent, internecine wars and battles, be they Catholic or Protestant, or the time of the planters, and the various other heinous crimes that have been done to great Irish patriots and what have you, see. But that's just latter day stuff, bad as it was. The country of Ireland is just drenched in the blood of its sons and daughters. Hi Cynthia, thanks for your question. Your question involves the work of other people. I usually hesitate, to comment on the work of other teachers. I just don't do it. It's not my habit. It's never been my habit. I'm talking about, contemporary people within this movement. If it's some other writer that's pertaining to my work, certainly I'll reference them. My basic advice to people is to get your arms around as much of the information as you can of other people. Read what interests you, dive in and work with what attracts you from a particular writer. We all have our favorites, and see what makes sense to you in their work. There'll always be something. Try to focus on the work as opposed to the messenger. There's too many people focusing on the messenger when the work is of utmost importance, For work on the Archon, I've been working on that one, since the early days, 2004, 2005, 2006. Go back to my Atlantis program, the last hour or two, go to Unslaved. We've got the whole program up there for free, so if you scroll forward almost to the last hour or two, I get into the Cosmocrates, the Archons, the Oversouls, and I have my own take on it, and I think my explanations are more accurate than what's been said out there. In the Atlantis book, I've got a whole chapter on David Oveson's The Secret, his wonderful book, Secret Architecture of Our Nation's Capital, in which he also has a very interesting take on that and feature that in my work, his particular take on the Archons there. But you have to, I would also say that when it comes to Gnosticism in general, when it comes to Sophia, there's more gibberish been spoken about that subject than almost anything. And I will be getting into it in future programs in Female Illuminati and Path of the Fool. In fact, I think we get into the Sophia thing in the next card. Card 6, the Lovers, and card 7, and card 8. I know that in card 8 I'm definitely going to touch on it, because that card has so much to say on that subject. Some of the Gnostic aspects, if you're interested in that, we'll be getting into that. And then also in the Female Illuminati, I think there's we'll be getting into that as well. Head over right now, in fact, to the femaleilluminati.com website. We're always updating that, posting new things on it.